one thing that cannot be taught is ambition. You cannot teach someone to be ambitious. So for me, dating, I always look for someone who was ambitious. People used to be like, oh my gosh, you only talk to men with money. No, the fuck I don't. But I'll tell you one thing for sure, people with money only talk to me.
Lisa.
I'll tell you that for fucking free.
Hey Raindrops, thank you all so much who have subscribed to the channel. You guys have really helped spread the word, build this channel together, because I can't do this without you guys. And I know y'all want me to interview a lot of people, child, but in order for me to do that, I need to make sure my subscribers match the millions of people who do watch my videos. So all you have to do, okay, is hit the subscription button. That's it. I ain't asking for much, child. And enjoy this video. Hey Raindrops, on today's episode of Reality with the King, honey, we're going international. Yes, but look, she is by far one of the most beautiful women in the world, which also makes her one of the most beautiful women on Bravo. I would even say top 3. And y'all better agree. Give it up for the one, the only, the stunning designer, my love, fashionista, Lisa Milan.
Oh, what an introduction. I love that. Again. Oh my God, Carla.
I know. The last time I saw you, we were in Miami.
Yes. Turning up. On tables.
It was me, you, Gertie, Chanel.
Yes.
Who styles all the girls.
Yes. Get with it, Chanel Welch.
And we had a good old time.
We had the best time.
I really was like, I want her to be one of my good girlfriends. And I am happy that you're in the States.
Thank you.
So look, you're safe and sound.
I am safe and sound. Thank God, because it's a chaos back home in Dubai. It's literally a chaos. We were hearing missiles being shot over our villa. We had to get our kids out. Yes, but we're here.
Okay.
Back in the hometown of Miami.
Okay.
With the family, with the Jamaican side.
Yes! So how does it feel to be back in Miami?
It feels good. I always love coming back home. I have my mom, my grandmother, my brother, my aunties, my cousins. Everybody's here. So coming back to Miami is never an issue. You know what I mean? It's always like coming back home. But it's nice. My kids get to eat rice and peas and curry goat and, they get to be normal, which is good. Very on Dubai.
Yes. Well, look, now that you're back in Miami, are you able to resurrect the Real Housewives of Miami by joining the show? Because first of all, I love the show.
I love Miami. It's my favorite.
It's one of my favorites too.
Yeah.
Alexia's my girlfriend. Larsa, hey Larsa, that's my sister.
Yeah.
Gertie's my sister. Kiki Bart's my sister. Like,
I love them.
I love the girls.
Me too. I'm friends with them. I love them. Will I be on the show? I mean, never say never, but for now, it's no. It's a no. It's a no. I live in Dubai. It's a no.
I mean,
look at you. You're like moving to your house.
I mean, we're not gonna act like you can't afford to hop on a flight.
Yeah.
And
I mean, my whole life is here, right? I have my house. I have my family. It seems right, but right now I'm just focused on just getting the kids settled. I don't know when we'll be back to Dubai. I don't. And it's chaos. But I don't know. I can't imagine my kids going to school here. I don't know, Carlos, honestly.
Is it concerning for you? Because the thing about it is this. I've never been to Dubai, but of course I've heard amazing things in terms of like the school system and just like how things are conducted there and things like that. So is it a culture shock? Because you have 3 boys, 7, 9, and 12.
Yes. Oh, look at you. Yes. Did you hear Uncle? Max 7 Christian. He knows your age.
I know your age. And their birthdays just passed.
Yes, they're all in June. Yes.
How did you make that happen?
Well, the first one was a trap. And the
Not a trap.
The other 2 planned.
Not you.
Carlos.
You better.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
You said you will be mine.
You will be mine
forever.
For the end of time. I'm joking. But yeah, no, it will be a complete culture shock for them. I mean, Dubai is so different. It's so safe.
Never say never. But the thing is this, so you were born and raised in Miami, or did you?
I was born in Jamaica, raised in Miami.
So
Yeah.
talk to me about like what part of Jamaica was you born into, and who was Lisa as a little girl?
Oh, I love this question. So I was born in Kingston, and Lisa as a little girl was really the baby version of me. No, really. I've always been that girl that I always knew who I was. And I credit this to my mom. My mom was always backstory. So my mom, and then I have an adopted Chinese dad. That was the household that I grew up in, right? My adopted Chinese dad obviously looked very different to me.
When you say adopted Chinese dad, what does that mean?
So my mom was pregnant. She met this guy. She was in love with this guy. She fell out with my biological dad, and this guy loved her so much. He was like, "I love you. I love all of this, and whatever this baby is, boy or girl, I want to be a part of his or her life." And so he raised me. I have his last name. Well, now I'm married, but I had his last name. He raised me as his own. He's Chinese Jamaican. So I grew up in a very, very multicultural background, but he's very Jamaican. He's a Chinese man would talk like, yeah, bring the red stripe. Like he's very Jamaican, but he's Chinese. And so my mom always instilled with me, especially I think in Jamaica, there's no racism, but there's very much so colorism. And so my mom is very fair. My dad is Chinese. I think back then she probably didn't think about it, but she was very, very intentional about telling me how beautiful I was, how beautiful my skin was, how much she loved my brown skin, how much she wished she had my brown skin. You know, so I always growing up knowing that I was her and nothing less. You know, but it's because of the nuggets that she always instilled in me. Like I never wanted to be lighter. Actually, with my mom being lighter, I used to be like, oh, my mom wants to be like me. Oh, poor thing. You know, lighter skinned girls. And it wasn't until I think I moved to America when I found out like people didn't like being dark skinned. Like it was like a taboo. That to me was like unusual because I love the color of my skin. Never wanted to be lighter. Even my makeup artist, she thinks I'm crazy because I'm always like, don't make me too light. If people send me a photo that's edited that has too much flash, I'm like, no, dial it down. Like I always felt like my brown skin was like my superpower. Does that make sense?
No, it does make sense.
Yeah,
and what's interesting is because you know this does exist, right?
Yeah.
In Jamaica, unfortunately, there are some women who do bleach their skin.
100%.
Because is it true that in Jamaica, your currency lies within the standard of what they believe beauty is, and that is lighter skinned women?
Most times, but I wasn't privy to that. My parents sheltered me from that. My Chinese dad was always like, you're the prettiest girl in the world. I can't wait for you to be Miss Jamaica, which I was. You know, like they always, I don't know. It was so crazy to me. It wasn't until I got older that I saw how much they poured into me, maybe knowing, you know, the society I was going to grow up in, but also because I had all my cousins that were lighter with long, pretty hair. You know, sometimes I look back and I'm like, I don't have a skin color complex, but do I have a hair complex? Because I do love to throw my wig on. I do love a little wet and wavy. You know, maybe I have some hair complex. I don't know. But as far as my skin color and my looks, my parents always, always drilled it in me. You're the most beautiful girl in the world. Like things. And so even with my 3 sons, I'm very, very, especially because my husband's white and my kids are my color, which I prayed for. You know, I wanted my kids to look more like me. You know, no offense to them being lighter, that's also beautiful. But I just see so much beauty in brown and black that I so badly wanted I like manifested it, you know? And so, I don't know. I think overall, in general, growing up in Jamaica was one thing, but now living here and seeing people with different skin colors and people not appreciating being black, it for me when I moved here, it was crazy. Yeah.
When you moved to Miami and you started going to school, did girls like you?
No. Girls didn't like me. And I used to get bullied all the time. I had a straight nose. They used to call me Michael Jackson nose. Pre-lip filler days, I was the DSL. So fun fact, I moved here and DSL back then was wired internet. Do you remember DSL?
Of course I do.
Okay, so when I came and they were like, oh, DSL, DSL, I thought they were asking me about my internet. So I was like, yeah, I have DSL. Not knowing that it's dick sucking lips. And so when I moved here, I didn't like my nose because they said I had Michael Jackson nose. I didn't like my lips. There were a lot of things about me that I didn't like because I came from everyone saying I'm beautiful, my parents, my family, to now people telling me that my features, things about me was different, And so I feel like, thank God I had that background. But no, when I moved here, girls didn't like me. But I mean, I was different. I learned to embrace what was different. And I did different things. Like I was a cheerleader. I was, and they would be like, oh, she's an Oreo. She's doing all the white things because I didn't dance. I didn't join the dance team. I joined the cheerleading team. There were a lot of differences, but you have to remember, growing up in Jamaica where majority of the people are Black, it's a very, very different experience to growing up in the US, right? And so I always say this, and one of my followers actually pointed it out because there was something on the internet about this one Jamaican girl, and she was like, I don't get this whole racism thing. It's because we've lived we're all Black people, but we've lived very, very different life. When you grow up in a country where it's predominantly Black, the leaders that you're seeing are Black, the people who are crowned Miss Jamaica and most beautiful are Black, you look at the world very differently, And I feel like in general, when you come to the US, it's a whole different ballgame.
What just hit me, I now understand why you do have concerns of your boys being infiltrated into being in the States, because you were in Jamaica and you're like, oh, this is all good. And then when you came to Miami, you were bullied and had all these adversities.
Yeah.
So now I understand why, as a mom, your boys had a very, sheltered life in Dubai.
But it is a very different world, and America is a very special place. I grew up here. I know the ins and outs of it. Miami's my city. Miami is very different to the rest of America in many ways because it's so multicultural. It is a melting pot. Dubai has those similarities, So there's so many things that I feel would be a culture shock. But at the same time, Carlos, I feel like they could benefit from.
Oh, absolutely. Because at the end of the day, you're raising Black boys.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? So
yes.
I will say...
Who, by the way, know they're Black. I'm
good.
Very proud because they have that very Jamaican... Jamaicans, we kind of think that, if I died 3 times, I want to come back Jamaican the 4th. Like, we think this is our world and everybody should pay us taxes.
Yes.
And they very much have that mentality. My kids play soccer and they run track. So, their dad's English, so they feel like, okay, the English side is the soccer side, but don't get it twisted. I'm Black, I'm Jamaican, and they're very, very proud of that,
Good.
But yeah, coming here would be beneficial in the sense where I feel like they would grow up quite fast, which I don't think I want.
And they'll be able to experience the real world, right?
Yes.
And to your point, depending on what they decide to do as adults, whether it's live in Dubai, live in the States, at least it won't be such a big culture shock as adults.
Yeah,
men.
it won't.
So
100%.
you were Miss Jamaica.
Yes.
How did that even come about?
Not the conventional way, because of College Hill. So I was crowned Miss Jamaica, but I grew up here. So already going back there, it was, is she Jamaican enough, right? Because she's a girl coming from the US. Her accent, she's Jamaican. We can tell she's Jamaican, but she still has that twang to it, right? So it was that. Then me beating this girl up on TV. Like, is that beauty queen like? Like, is that Miss World? And so it was not conventional the way I became Miss Jamaica, because my first introduction to it was through Miss Jamaica World. I feel like they used me to bring tickets and to get the audience and stuff because it was post College Hill.
Yeah.
And they disqualified me without me even knowing. I didn't even have a dress. So they had a designer that was like designing dresses for all the contestants, and she didn't have a dress for me. It was literally sabotage. And I remember saying to my mom, like, why? Why did I even bother? You know, this was a lifelong dream of mine. I've been doing pageants literally my whole life. My mom had me beauty pageants since I was little. I came to the States. I did all the Teen USA pageants. And I could have gone that route, but I feel like my dad was always like, I can see you as a Miss Jamaica one day. So I never ever thought I wanted to be Miss USA. I always wanted to go back and be Miss Jamaica. So anyways, long story short, when I got back there, I went through the whole process, and then they didn't even have a dress for me for the final. I was backstage. Eventually, my mom had a backup dress because she's a pageant mom. I went on with a wrinkled dress, and I didn't even place. And I was devastated because I've never not placed top 3 in a pageant. Like, I was trained for this. So surely I should at least place, right? No, I didn't. And it was a learning lesson for me because life is not always as you plan, right? And so Janice Davis, she was amazing. She was a pageant director, and she was like, I saw what they did to you. I need you. I'm gonna host a pageant, and I already know, just come as you came in Miss Jamaica World, and I already know you'll get crowned. And so she convinced my mom. We went ahead. I did it. I won. And it was my second round, basically.
Yeah.
It was my second round, but I went. I represented Jamaica in China. You know, it was like over 100 contestants, and I did really well. And then it just flourished from there.
No, baby, you are flourishing. No, and listen, you have flourished. So even going backwards a little bit, we were first introduced to you on College Hill.
Yes. College Hill.
Big show on BT.
Yes.
How did that opportunity come about first?
So I was a student at FAU, Florida Atlantic University, and this guy, he was on MySpace, and he like messaged me, and he was like, hey, they're doing this casting for College Hill. I think you'd be great. I think I'm going to get picked, and I want you as a girl in the house. And I was like, I don't know. And he was like, yeah. And then I had a boyfriend at the time. He was a NFL player. And he was like, no, why would you want to go and be roommates with da-da-da-da-da? And I was like, you know what? I'm going to go. Maybe I'll get picked. Maybe I won't. I went to the audition, and I think they called me back like the next day for a second audition, and then the next day for a third audition, and then boom, I got picked, and I was on College Hill, and I loved it. I actually loved College Hill. It was different for me. I grew up as an only child for my mom. My dad has a whole bunch of kids, and I'm the only girl on both sides. And so for me, it was, okay, I get to see what it's like to live in a house with siblings, you know,
Right.
like that's how I viewed it. And I liked it. I mean, Kyle was Kyle.
Kyle was crazy.
Kyle was good TV.
Crazy in a good way.
Yes, I always say Kyle walks, so Saucy Santana.
No.
And all of them could run.
Till this
okay?
day, I always go with the rib and sit on the... and... my imaginary
Just
hair.
classic. And you know what was so crazy?
Yes.
It's not like reality TV is now. Like, the cameras are just rolling, and we're just living our fucking best lives, you know? And this was what he was like on and off camera. Shout out to Kyle.
What is he up to now?
You know what? He's living like a very private life, and I keep trying to bring him out of his hiatus. I'm like, Kyle, start a podcast, do something, because he's so freaking entertaining.
Still.
And he's one of my biggest cheerleaders. If I post an outfit, he's in my DMs. And I'm like, Kyle, I'm gonna loud you up so bad so that everybody sees your page, and he's, if you dare. You know,
so he doesn't want to be...
No.
Wow.
He's completely living like a very private, happy life, and he's good. Yeah, but I'm like, Kyle, you need to like...
Good for
Yeah.
Kyle, you were everything on College Hill. We still do you did this, honey. You have the rib
and the fake hair.
And the fake hair. Baby, when I say to you as a little queen, honey, I was like,
Oh my God.
That's my sister.
But they dragged me over Kyle.
Why?
And we didn't get along on the show, but it's
I know.
crazy how close we are now. Like,
but
he's
that, but
amazing.
y'all were young at the time.
We were 18.
I know.
You know, like BET snatched us up as soon as we were legal to sign.
Speaking of 18,
Yes.
How old were you when you dated your first boyfriend, celebrity Jason Derulo?
Carlos!
Oh, you didn't think I did my research?
But where did you find that?
I'm a journalist. Hey, Portia. So I went to the Portia Williams School of Journalism.
Wait, I'm gagged.
Jason Derulo was your man.
Wait, I'm gagged. Wait, nobody. Okay,
My Haitian king.
So
Jason is fine. So y'all met in high school?
I'm still gagged.
I'm
yes.
sorry. Did I gag you?
You did. I'm speechless. Like, I was not expecting that. Okay,
I did my homework.
So Jason and I were high school sweethearts.
What grade?
Oh my God, I don't know, like 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th to college.
Was he fine then?
Yeah, he was. But you know what? I'm attracted to guys who are ambitious. He's the most ambitious person that I know. To this day, we're friends. We're actually friends to this day.
Good.
We are. Like, his mom will always have a special place in our hearts because she's done so much for me and my family. You know, that's a whole nother backstory. But our families we grew up in the same neighborhood. We're all from the same place. And yeah, it was just high school, uni type thing. But we're still really good friends. He's with an amazing girl, I think. And his son is gorgeous. And he loves my boys. Every time he comes to Dubai, he does not come to Dubai without being like, yo, I'm here. You know, my husband's met him.
Good.
Yeah. We're good childhood friends. But Carlos!
I'm sorry, I had to ask a question. I'm not done yet.
You're not done yet. Carlos not married.
No, I know. I'm not going to go. I know, but.
But what else do you know?
Was he your first love?
I don't know if I would say love. We were in high school. We were kids.
That's fair.
You know, my first crush, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, my first crush.
I mean, y'all dated 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th. And
Yeah. To like uni days. Like, it wasn't, yeah.
So for 5 years.
It was on and off too. It was high school.
Okay.
Does that really count? Do we count high school?
Well, as a gay boy, I didn't have a boyfriend in high school because back in my day.
You were hanging out with other girls.
I wasn't listening. Just like you was a baby, Lisa.
Yeah.
I have always been Carlos King, and I've always hung out with the girls.
I get it.
In high school.
I get it.
And I ran a gossip column in high school for the school newspaper. I was the editor-in-chief.
Did you? Oh, I love that. I can see it.
Yeah, it was a gossip column.
So you were baby Carlos.
Oh.
Before Carlos.
No one I went to high school with is surprised by all of this.
Same.
So
actually, in my high school yearbook, I think I was most likely to succeed or most likely to be famous was me.
And
something like that, you know?
And that's the thing. That's why I always tell parents, look at your child and really cultivate what comes naturally for them, because that's what they're going to dive into as an adult. So with you and Jason, we know that he dated Jordan Sparks for...
Yes. Did he? Continue.
Word on the street.
Yeah.
Hi, Giselle. Word on the street that Giselle Bryant drives down in her Range Rover. Mm-hmm. It has been said that Jason Derulo and Jordan Sparks' relationship was a PR stunt. Okay. And based on my research, it's alleged that while he was dating Jordan Sparks for TV, you guys were actually still dating. Well,
I don't know if it was a PR stunt. I can't speak on what arrangement they had, but I do remember the night he met her. Like, she opened for him at a concert in the Bahamas. And her mom was there, and they were like, "You're so pretty, you're so sweet, da 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 da." And the manager wanted to take him away so they can have like business discussions. But I always felt like it was, okay, why do you have to take him away? I've been around him with other artists before. It was never, and like my gut feeling, I felt like it was more, you know, and it did end up being more.
Were y'all dating at that time?
We were.
Was that your man?
Yes, it was.
So the night that the manager took Jason away to meet Jordan Sparks,
Yeah.
that was your man.
Yes. We were
And what happened after that night?
God, I'm not gonna get into all of that.
Why not?
Because it's so long ago.
But I pay
You
for
have time.
I pay for studio time. You know.
You know, to be honest, I don't know what happened with them. I really genuinely don't, but I knew I was not gonna be a part of that. Like, I was not gonna be a part of any of that. Like, this was my boyfriend. You know, now he's going out in public with someone else. Keep in mind, I did College Hill. So in my mind as well, I'm like, I am that girl. Like, you want to go out in public with somebody, it should be me.
But did he?
you know?
But did he give you a heads up?
Yes and no. It was kind of like, I don't know. I can't remember. It was so long ago, but they kind of just dropped it. And I was just like, it's me or her kind of vibe. And then when it became a juggling thing, I just stepped away because I've always known that I'm never going to be second. I'm never going to share. I'm never going to be none of that. You know, you can check my track record. I'm not that girl. You know, I'm actually that girl. So I never needed to do that. You know, like for me, he wasn't, it was high school. And I knew I
love you so much.
There's bigger potential out there. You know, it wasn't.
You said, bitch, at 18, I still knew what the
like at all. At
know my
all. And
potential.
I sure did swoop on and up and out.
So you left
with the
that
quick.
relationship.
I did. I left that relationship for what it was. And we didn't leave on bad terms. It was just like, okay, you need to figure out what you want to do. And I'm not going to wait around for it. You know, my grandmother always say you can't put love in a pot and cook, which means you can't cook love. So onwards and upwards, you know? And so I never, you know, my mom always also said, you don't waste your youth on a man. And I feel like I always had that ticking time bomb. Like, I'm not going to give you so much of me that I forget who I am. It's not going to happen. And I've been like that my whole life. I don't give guys, I mean, high school is different, right? Because in high school, you don't really know. But I think from 20 and up, I don't think I give anybody over a year to waste my time. And by the time I was 23, I was married. You know, so just to put things into perspective. And there were loads of people that came between Jason and my husband.
Yeah.
You know, and it was just not for me. Yeah.
You did mention that there were, you know, a couple of guys
Carlos.
that came in between Jason and your husband that you
Yes.
married at 23. That we'll get into that too. But I also heard, and listen, this is for you to clear the air. Because
Okay.
like you said, you're not that girl. You're that girl.
That one.
And-
with
and-
the capital THAT.
Yes. So I want to be able to confirm that you've always been that girl, and none of this is a surprise to me based on you. Because the thing is this, you are strikingly gorgeous.
Thank you.
I
Thank you,
can't.
Carlos.
I
That's so kind.
I
Thank you.
can't. I can't.
Thank you.
I mean, I can, but and I will. But it's besides the face.
Thank you.
And the body and the personality and everything. Like, you are, when Nene says the I and the T, you're that in capitalization.
I love Nene, by the way. Shout out to Nene.
Yeah, no, Nene's fantastic. Like, you're the definition of
Thank
having
you.
the I and the T, and it's
Thank you.
bolded, it's italicized, it's capitalized,
Aw, thank
it's
you,
laminated,
Carlos. Again,
it's
again.
notarized,
Thank you.
it's FedEx next day shipping, it's all the things, right?
Thank you.
So, you are Miss Jamaica, and at that time there was like a Mr. Jamaica, Usain Bolt.
I can hear my team. I'm sorry. Did he prep you guys?
No, first of all, y'all, some raindrops. Y'all can't see this, but Chanel, the stylist of the stars, is behind her because they've been best friends for years. And what y'all are missing is every time I say a name, they're gagging.
Literally.
Like Lisa's team behind her, they're gagging at my. So when y'all try to not give me my props for being a journalist, I know how to do my research.
Oh my God!
So
do you?
Usain Bolt, who I heard allegedly, well, you're married, but I
Yes.
definitely heard.
We were friends. Yes.
I didn't know. Was it friends with benefits?
Oh my God, Carlos!
I mean, this is before you were
I have
married.
3 sons.
I know, but they need to know that mom was always that girl.
She was, and is, and will always be.
I was gonna say, and always will be, bitch.
We were friends.
How did y'all meet?
I think I was on a Miss Jamaica run, but not doing sprints. Carlos. Yeah, and we met in a nightclub. We met in a nightclub in Jamaica on one of my Jamaica tours. Yeah.
And he came up to you.
I can't remember the details, but we were friends for a while.
Okay.
Yeah.
What type of person would you say he is at that time?
A great person.
Okay.
I mean, at the time, I think it was fresh off the back of him winning all these medals. He's like an icon in Jamaica. And honestly, it's crazy because I'm friends with all my old friends, you know, in the sense where I think everybody just has this respect for me because I've always just been very true to who I am. You know, do you meet these criteria that I'm looking for? If you don't, I will politely excuse myself from the situation. Every guy I've ever dated or been friends with, I've always been very clear. Like, I want to be a wife. I want to be a mom. What are you looking for? You know, and so they will string it along as long as they can. But if you're wasting my time, I'm going to move on. And it doesn't have to be something that's messy, dramatic, you know, a crazy breakup. It doesn't have to be any of that. It's just, are you ready to give me these things that I'm looking for? I didn't care if it scared people off. I didn't care because if you're not on the same page as me, we're not going to work. You know, I always felt like I've never had a one-night stand. Shout out to the girls who have, no judgment. No. I don't give a shit. You know, your body, your choice.
Period.
But I've never done that because I always felt like it's an exchange of energy. And so because of that, I've never done that. So for me, anybody that I've shared my life with, been in my presence, shared my body with, is someone who I look to the future with, right? And so if you weren't giving me that, I was gonna move on.
Good for you.
Yeah, and I've always been like that because I can't, as my mom said, you can't waste your youth pan a man, okay? And men do that, and I think my mom went through that. She gave my dad her whole youth and then to be left, you know, when she's older, to find somebody new to start over, to build with, you know? And so, and he didn't give her that commitment. He didn't give her all of him. You know, it was always him out and doing him, and then she was being loyal. Yeah. And so, you know, I don't know if it's like a thing that Black women feel like they need to be loyal to men. You know, no, you need to be loyal to yourself. You have to choose you.
And that's how a man will respect you as well. I love the fact that just because you were Jason Derulo, because at that time in his career, I mean, at that time, the biggest Black male pop star, like international, right? And the fact that
back then he was just starting out. He was a high school kid. I was in music. He was in music. You know, and then his career was just taking off. It didn't like skyrocket to what it is now. And to his credit, where it is now is because of how hard he works.
Yeah, but I'm proud of you that you didn't feel like, well, let me just stay on the ride.
No.
Because I see the potential.
Absolutely freaking not. Absolutely not. I choose me in every fucking life, Carlos, in this and the next. And I never ever felt like that was the best I could do. And I think a lot of women, they don't move on because they feel like they've hit the jackpot or they hit the best that they can do. No, honestly.
No, I'm receiving
Yeah,
that.
and I never felt like that because I always felt like I was the prize. I never felt like any of these guys that I had in my past was the prize. And by the way, the ones you listed are not even scratching the surface. I've moved on to bigger and better as time went on until I got to my husband who's the best. But
Yeah.
really, I never felt like they were the prize. I felt like I was the prize. I felt like I brought as much to the table as the person that's coming in. And it's not a financial thing. I was never attracted to money. I was always attracted to ambition. I can make any man rich. Any man rich if he has ambition. So I never looked for a man that had money because I know the drive that I have, whether I'm a housewife, whether I am not a housewife, I'm going to get you to where God wants you to be. So I never looked at a man like, oh, I see that he has potential and he's going, yes, he may have potential. He's going where he needs to be, but are we moving in the same direction? And if we're not, I'm moving the fuck on because I know, and my husband, for example, when I met him, he was successful, but not as successful as he is today. And he'll tell you that. He will tell you that. I never leave a situation with a man being worse than when he got into my presence. And that's not even me being arrogant. That's just me being who I am. I am so ambitious and I just see the world as my oyster that I feel like anything that I manifest, and by the way, my husband and I, when we met, we bonded over this secret, which my mom introduced me to as a child.
A child.
My mom introduced me to as a child. I was like a young teenager. She brought the book home. I wouldn't read the book. And she was so persistent. She brought, I think it was either a VHS or a DVD. But she brought it home and she was like, let's just do movie night, because movie night was our thing. And it was The Secret. And I've lived The Secret my whole life before manifestation was a thing, before vision board, before Instagram, before all of that. And so I always knew I wanted to be a mom. I always knew I wanted to be a wife. I always knew I wanted to have a successful fashion brand. I always knew all of these things. So like when you asked me when we started talking, Lisa, what were you as a child? I was little Lisa. Everything doesn't always work out how I plan it, but it works out better most times.
I'm really fascinated by that because the beauty of you is you speak with conviction, right? And because you walk the walk and you talk the talk.
Yeah.
Like this isn't some PSA bullshit that you're trying to do to sell a course.
No.
Like this is something you truly believe in. The reason why I'm silent is because the powerful affirmations that you are even giving me, across from you, the energy is so tangible that I can feel it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's me actually truly receiving the energy because I believe in all that. I read The Secret. I watched the same movie you watched.
Yeah.
like that's why I'm like, no, girl, I know everything you're talking about.
But I've always been like this, Carlos. I mean, if you go back to even my College Hill footage, people always tag me. When my first introduction, they pulled a big yacht up, and out of nowhere, I'm like, I'm gonna own one of those. And Kyle was like, and I'm like, I'm gonna have one of those. Or we pull up to the house on Star Island. Oh, that's gonna be mine. I've always been like that. Not on purpose, not consciously, but my subconscious is always in the now and in the future at the same time. I don't even know how to put it into words, but I've always been that person. And so with my previous relationships, with even my current relationship, I love my husband so much. He's literally my best friend. He's everything that I prayed for and more. When I was going through my relationship before him, I was on the bathroom floor crying my eyes out because my boyfriend at the time publicly humiliated me. And I was like, this cannot be it.
Kevin Durant broke your heart.
How did Kevin break my heart?
Because that's why you were crying. Because he...
No.
You know what? Okay, listen. There's a tweet about Kevin Durant that Kevin Durant did And I would like for you to clear the air because sometimes things aren't true.
Carlos, this was, what, 20 years ago?
Things live on the World Wide Web. And
not that.
And his fabulous mother, who manages him, did not expunge it, child. All right, there's a tweet out there that I was able to find on the World Wide Web where Kevin Durant was watching College Hill, right? LESA was on it. And he pretty much said, who is this Lisa Milan girl? Like, who is she? And it went viral at that time.
God.
At that time, in terms of what viral meant at that time. And that's how you were able to find out that this man found you attractive.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Carlos and his digging.
Did he reach out to you? Did you respond in the
Did
Twitter?
I ever everybody asked that. Did I ever respond to the DM? I did respond to the tweet. We were friends. Carlos, I was friends with these people.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
I was friends with these people. Yeah, we were friends.
How long we got friends for?
Not that long.
Okay.
Yeah, we weren't friends that long. Yeah, there was an overlap with my friendships, and
I did hear it was an overlap between USAIN and Kevin.
I believe that.
Okay. Well, this ain't Watch What Happens Live, so. Hi, Andy. The thing is.
Oh my God, Carlos!
Was USAIN not happy that this guy in the NBA pretty much wanted his girl?
Well, I was friends with Kevin first.
Right.
Right? And then, our friendship didn't go anywhere. And then I was friends with USAIN. And then we all moved on, I need to block, guys.
Not block!
Why does he keep
Is that what we're calling? We're keeping all this in, by the way. This is the first interview where my guest is like, bitch, where's Glab? And block me.
Where's Glab to block me?
And I'm literally keeping all of this in.
I'm sweating bullets. Oh my God.
Chanel's gagging.
Okay.
I do my research.
Wait, but what research is this though?
I mean, is
Carlos?
it not a true one?
Like you're going too far back.
I mean, sometimes you have to.
With the old school girls, you gotta go all the way
Sometimes
back.
you have to go backwards to get forward.
Crave me did take out.
I love this so much. We're giving y'all some behind the scenes and reality with the king. The first interview in the history of my podcast.
Oh my God.
Where you guys get to see what happens. You're
No,
the first
you can't
guest.
keep this in.
You're the first guest in the history of reality with the king. In the middle of the interview, say, "Block me, bitch. I need to figure some shit." You just made history.
Because
You are that girl.
oh my God, Carlos.
Okay, so you were crying over a
Ex-boyfriend. Crying my eyes out. Publicly humiliated.
Why were you publicly humiliated though?
Because I was cheated on. I was cheated on publicly. Like it was like a whole new thing.
Who was the ex?
I'm not saying.
He was a celebrity.
He was celebrity.
In sports.
He was celebrity in something.
Okay.
And everybody at the time knew we were together. So it was just like why? Like why would you do this? Anyways, long story short, crying on my bathroom floor. My best friend Irene, she was like, "Girl, what you not gonna do is be locked up in your apartment crying over no man. Like we don't do that." And I was like, "Yes, but this time I will." And she was like, "No, it's Sunday. We're gonna live." And I was like, "I'm not in the mood. I don't want to go." And she was like, "I'm picking you up. We're going to live." The promoter said he got us. So I was like, "Okay, bet." Live on Sunday, Miami. Like back then, like that was the place to be. That was the thing to do. And that's literally how you get rid of an ex. So we did just that. And I met my husband that night. But I didn't know at the time he was my husband. Actually, my best friend and his business partner, they hit it off. And we were the wingmen because he was going through a breakup and was on his worldwide trip to be very wild. And I was just crying on my bathroom floor, not even sure if I like men anymore, right? So it was a situation, and yeah, I met my husband at Live.
So what sparked the conversation between you and your now husband at that time? Like, did he approach you and...
Yeah, so they had a table, and the table had Ace of Spades and Dom Perignon and all the good shit. And we walked in. The promoter was like, okay. At the time, I was just Milan. So they were like, okay, Milan, putting you on the best table. They put us on the table with my husband, who was just there with his business partner, no girl. So Liv used to have a thing where you can't just have a table with guys. Like, you need to have girls on your table. And so as soon as we pulled up, they put us on that table. I was not interested, but you know, he was nice. He was chatty, but my best friend and his business partner, like, they were love at first sight at the time. They didn't work out, but we were kind of like the wingmen, and she's sitting over there. She's still my best friend to this day.
Yeah, so you were there. Okay, we got a witness in the building. 20 years. So legend has it that that night, the conversation did not end there. So what happened?
Not legend. You read this because I wrote a whole story about this.
Okay.
But yeah, so no, it didn't end there. I think the next day, we didn't go home with them because I'm not, like I said, I'm not a one-night stand girl. But they were like, hey, let's go to lunch. So we went to, I think, Bal Harbor for lunch. And I was like, okay, you better get me some red bottoms. You better buy me some things. And they were not playing game.
He took you shopping?
No, he didn't. And I thought that was a red flag. I was like, okay, you took me out and didn't buy me things. Like, that's a red flag. But they were like, we've never been to the Caribbean. Oh, you're Jamaican. Let's go to Jamaica. And I was like, okay. So he was like, let's get a private jet. And I was like, okay. And there were no flights to Jamaica because there was a storm. So we ended up in the Bahamas. And
on a private jet?
Yes. And the rest is history. Here we are today, almost 15 years.
At that time...
14.
At that time, did you ever date a white man?
Yes.
Prior to him?
I did date white guys before my husband. I dated all types,
Okay.
Carlos. I'm not that girl that's like, I'm only dating black men. I actually think that limits black women, like, to the extreme, because I don't think black men are as loyal to black women as we are to them. I go where I'm loved. I go where I'm appreciated. I go where I'm respected. If I can get those three and the vibe is right, I'm going to go there. 50 Cent made a comment and he was like, I like exotics. Well, newsflash, to white, Asian, Hispanic, every other, we are the exotic. So I don't limit myself, Carlos. I go where I'm loved. I go where I'm respected. And that's that.
What advice do you give black women? Because I do have a lot of single black female friends. Listen, you're not...
And how is that doing? How is that working out for them?
Not so
because
well.
The dating pool is so small.
Yeah.
And then the successful black men, most of them, not all, because I love black men. I've dated black men.
Yeah.
Most of them, they have this mindset where they're successful, so they feel like they can have multiple because they are just that small percentage. My advice would be go out and date others. Date others. Go where you're loved. If you're loved by a black guy, respected, treated well, be with him. If you're loved by a white guy, don't limit yourself. Be with him. Asian, Hispanic, whatever it is. Because I feel ultimately the world will be neutral. I pray for that one day. I pray for the day where our great-great-grandchildren don't have to identify by a race on a thing, right? And me, I see color. And I see color for what it is. It's beautiful. And it's meant to be blended. It's meant to be celebrated, but only where you're loved and respected. Because for damn sure, I'm not going to stay loyal and committed and down for one group because I'm not going to do that. I'm going to be down and loyal for those who are down and loyal for me. And whether that comes in the form of a black man, a white man, an Asian man, that's where I'm going to go. And I think too often black women we're just such loyal women that I feel so often we're like, oh, no, I'm only dating black. I mean, the other day there was this girl that was missing, rest her soul. And it was the whole situation with the white guy. And so many women are like, well, that's why I don't date. Like, no, because if you look at statistic, then you'll be like, well, that's why I don't date black, or that's why I don't date white. You gotta go where you're loved. And everybody's situation is completely different. My advice would be go where you're loved and respected.
No, I agree with you. I think you go where you love and you're respected, especially as black women. I think, listen, the stats are there that unfortunately, when a black man makes it big, whether it's in the entertainment industry or whatever industry they're in, like you said, they do know that there are an anomaly and they can have multiple women and the women will accept it because they feel like,
they feel like that's the best they can do.
I know. And that's the reason why I do want you to talk to us about the fact that, look, you are with a man that not only, yes, he's rich and successful, we get it. But the difference is, because I've had friends who dated, married white men who were rich and successful, but they weren't nice to them.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And what we've seen is your husband is nice to you.
He's amazing. Listen, white is not always right.
Exactly.
Or that rhymes.
Right.
White is not always right. That's not what we're pushing here. My husband could be an anomaly, whatever. He could be one-off, right? But he's my person, and he's not my person because of the color of his skin. He's my person because he genuinely loves me. When the wig, the makeup, all of it comes off, when I'm at my weakest, he loves me just as much as he does when I'm at my best. You know what I mean? Like, he actually prefers me when I'm not dolled up and all of that. He loves me when we're just sitting there just having conversations about life and where we want to go and what we're trying to do. And you know what I mean? Me supporting him when things are down, him supporting me when things are down. Like, literally, I pray to God that God continues to bless our marriage. And I'm not saying it's perfect. It's far from it. But it's real, Carlos. Like, it's like I could cry. Like, it's real. Like, I grew up in a situation where with my father, I didn't know my biological father until I was older. My adopted father raised me. I look at men at face value, right? Because a Chinese man broke my mom's heart. A black man abandoned my mom. Her last name is Garcia because she married a Hispanic man that also failed her. So for me, I look at people for who they are, not for this. You understand? And not for what's in their pockets. Like, where are we going together? Can we build together? If you're not pulling in the same direction, regardless of race, regardless of finances, you're not going to work out. What are your goals? You need to find that out. What are your goals? What are you trying to achieve? And I have friends who are in their 40s and still looking for love. And I think love is out there, but you have to open up the gates and not just be specific to one type of guy, right? Because then your margins are smaller. It's math, right? Your margins are smaller. Why not go on the date with the quirky guy, that's Asian guy that sits behind the desk? Why not give the guy that bought you coffee at the coffee shop a chance? Why? Because he must be black. Why? Or
you think he's soft or corny and all of these things.
Like, why do we have to always go for what we think in our minds? Like, my husband is not what I envisioned when I was a little girl. Like, he wasn't, but he fits everything internally. Do you know what I mean? He fits everything internally. Like, my husband loves me and I love him so I could cry, like, so much. Like, I can't even imagine life without him. But if life were to end without him, I would also be okay. I would be okay because I knew I gave that relationship 100%. Yes. And I'll be okay because I know on to the next. Yes. And the next will be better, onward and upward. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I hope that little girls, I hope that little boys, regardless of your situation, regardless of where you're coming from, just give people a chance. Give people a chance. Not because you need to be loyal. not because society tells you that's the type of person you should be with, but because the person is your person, you know? And I feel like that's what we're lacking. And that's why so many of us are single. Because we're just so caught up on, I'm sorry, I only date this.
You preach it to the yes. I feel the same way about my community, and I've been very public about this because in the gay community, believe it or not, because I'm part of the community. In our community, the gay black community, there's so much decision between us because of sexual positions being a top and a bottom, right? I only date a top. I only want a bottom. I only want a masculine man.
Yeah.
You know, like, it's all of these sort of focus that removes you from finding somebody
that's your person.
Who's your person. And one thing you did say that I do want you to really shed light on too for black women watching as well. You said that the man who you meet, now granted you happen to be with the man who's rich, but the fact that you said, no, he's richer because I'm his wife, right? Talk to the girls at home who are watching. Do you feel like as long as a woman or a person has ambition and this man works, I can turn this man and build something with him together to be a multimillionaire. How do you do that?
Absolutely, Carlos. Because listen, one thing that cannot be taught is ambition. You cannot teach someone to be ambitious. They either want to get out or they don't. Whatever the out is, they either want to do better or they don't, right? So for me, dating, I always look for someone who was ambitious. Whether you are the most ambitious garbage man that we can come together and build a whole garbage business where the city is calling us to pick up all their fucking trash, or you are a financier who maybe works for a corporation, but hey, how about we start investing and how about we start, doing things where we end up owning the corporation? It doesn't matter what the situation is. You need somebody who is ambitious. And because for me, I'm naturally just a very ambitious person. I mean, I can't. People used to be like, oh my gosh, you only talk to men with money. No, the fuck I don't. But I'll tell you one thing for sure, people with money only talk to me.
Lisa.
I'll tell you that for fucking free.
Bitch, Lisa Milan.
For free.
Say that one more time for us again.
I don't even know what I said.
Oh,
but I'm talking to you on some real shit.
No, the thing is this.
Because
people think you only talk to men with money, but I bet you that men with money only talks to me.
Yeah, that's it. Because I think I give off this kind of energy where if you are not heading in the right direction, that I will intimidate you. So naturally, you would not even approach me. I've dated all sorts, Carlos, all sorts. But one thing they all had in common was ambition. Ambition. That's it. Like my roster, which for my sons is not that long, but my little short roster is all successful, ambitious men from all walks of life. All walks of life, from oil tycoons, businessmen, lawyers, regular Joe Schmo, drug dealers. They all had ambition. Clock it.
Okay, I've always said this publicly, so my raindrops know this. My ideal man.
Yeah.
I want the male version of Marjorie Harvey.
Yes.
Because you're baby Marjorie Harvey too. Marjorie will love you.
I've met her.
Keisha Kaur.
Love her.
You remind me a lot
neighbors.
You remind me a lot of y'all neighbors.
Former
neighbor.
My house, yeah.
You remind me a lot of Keisha. That's my good friend.
She's gorgeous, and she's Jamaican.
Yeah, that's my good friend.
Yeah.
And you remind me of Savannah James. You have so my raindrops know that Carla's ideal man is they gotta have that. And the one thing those three women have, and now I'm gonna include you.
Thank you.
I really want the gay black male version of you. No, because the thing is this. I am blessed to have means.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And what is so fascinating about what you said that I will confirm, the type of guys that I talk to, I know that they're the type of men that I can bring to my world and they won't get starstruck.
Yes.
And I know that they're the type of men I can bring to my world and they
They'll
can
add value.
They can. You took the words out of my mouth. They can add value to it. And that's my thing. And I know what it's like. I dated the lawyers, the this and that. And the issue is those didn't work out.
Yeah. I dumped a lawyer before.
Yes.
Because he was okay not making partner. Like, how are you okay not making partner? Actually, how are you okay not starting your own firm? It just didn't make sense.
I'm with you.
You know?
I get it because I have ambition.
Yeah.
And I know, because people love to say this, well, do you think guys are using you? First of all, I know when a guy wants me for something else.
Yeah.
But I always tell my friends this. Listen, I'm not bad to look at, right?
No.
Like,
and we got to get into it because, Carlos, how you lost so much weight?
Well, I'm just saying.
I mean, is it a GLP?
No, I work out on vegan. It's a plant-based body. No, the thing
You look
is,
good.
Thank you, baby doll. I love you so much. The thing is, I know that my ambition attracts men who are like you.
Yeah.
And today is the first time in my adult life that someone explained it so eloquently. And I'm leaving this interview changed.
Oh, I love that.
Because no, I am. I'm telling you right now, I am. And the reason why I'm saying to you, you don't have to be a black woman, white woman, or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm a gay black man.
Yeah.
But I'm leaving this interview changed because I now understand what I attract.
Yeah.
And what the goal is
Yeah.
to bring somebody into my space to take what I have built
Yes.
and say, babe, we're gonna figure this shit out.
Yeah.
And I thank you for that.
Oh, thank you,
I thank you
Carla.
for
That's
that.
so kind.
I hope you know I mean it.
Oh,
I really
thank
do.
you.
I mean it.
Thank you.
We have to get into Real Housewives of Dubai.
Yes.
We were very sad when the show was put on pause. What are your thoughts about that? Because when it was announced that our girl from College Hill was back on reality television, we were happy. Why do you think Dubai just did not work?
I think Dubai worked.
Oh.
I don't think Dubai did not work. I thought Dubai was a great show. I thought Dubai delivered what they wanted. I just think it was the wrong timing. I think Dubai is on pause, not because Dubai wasn't good. I think Dubai is on pause because of everything happening behind the scenes, which is more logistics, more than it is cast related, more than it is the success of the show. The ratings weren't crazy high, but none of the shows that came after us were either, because most people are watching things on their phones.
Yeah.
Times have changed. The numbers have changed. I think we delivered a great show. Was it different? Yes, but it had to be different because we're in a different part of the world, right? We had an Emirati girl on the show who, we had to tiptoe around for most of the season. We had government officials that we needed to answer to. So you were never going to get that rah, rah, rah. But I think that's also what made Dubai special, because you'll get the rah, but without that rah, rah, rah.
Yeah. Yes.
And I think that worked. I just think the timing was wrong. I think the war in Gaza happened. I think the war that's currently happened. I think all of those things.
Which would have never, the show would have never come back if y'all were in season right now based on what's happening.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
I received the timing.
So I feel like it's just a timing issue when it came to Dubai. Will they ever come back? I don't think so. I don't know how they would. I don't know, because of the logistics, not because of the cast. I think we had a strong cast. I think Talene was good. Caroline Stanbury was good. Who else was on the show? Me. I think Chanel was good. I think overall.
Are y'all good?
We're not good, but she doesn't. I don't mind and she doesn't matter. Does that make sense? Like, I don't mind and she doesn't matter.
But do
at
you miss
all.
the friendship? Because you guys were very close at one point.
You know what, Carlos? I'm one of these people where I can move on from things. I genuinely can. I'm actually very easygoing when it comes to moving on from things. But once you show me who you are, I take you at face value. I believe you. And she showed me who she was. So could we get along? Absolutely. But would it be the same season 1 dynamic? No, because I'm not a fake bitch. And I'm not gonna just kiss ass for a TV show. Like, she hurt me. And that was real. Everything on our show was real. There was no script, you know? And so I think because of that, you know, I think things change. But I think it would be actually exciting and fun to see the new changes and the new dynamics. Like, I'm very good friends with Caroline Brooks, who people tried for so many years to keep me away from, you know? And I think...
I like her, by the way.
She's actually batshit crazy, but she is a good, genuine person. Like, what you see with her is what you get. You know, sometimes misunderstood, but sometimes very fucking accurate. That's who she is. And I like people like that. I like people who show me who you are and I'll believe you. You know, don't pretend to be my friend and then be something completely different. I don't like that. Like, just be an asshole as an asshole. Like, don't pretend to be something else. So I think if the show were to come back, which I highly doubt it will, I think the dynamics would change, the friendships would change, but I think the show in itself would still be successful.
What do you have to say to the viewers who did feel like you were at fault for the destruction of your friendship with Chanel?
People think that?
Well, you know, there are people who believe that you...
I don't know anybody, Carlos, that believes that.
Well...
Or is my algorithm only giving me...
Yes, it is. Want me to read it?
Because I don't think anybody in the world thinks that.
You want me to read it, babe?
Yes.
So, listen. Let me just read to you a few
this
things.
Is news
No. Because the thing is this.
Yes.
Okay. We all know what happened with the voice note.
Yes, which was completely false.
Okay.
Right?
So they're saying the mix-up, because the wording was slightly vague, LESA originally forwarded the note to Chanel.
Yes,
to
as
help
my best
clarify
friend.
who Sarah was talking about.
Yes.
Then it was revealed that when Chanel secretly played the note for Caroline Stanberry, the ladies initially believed Sarah was trash-talking her longtime friend Caroline Brooks. Mm-hmm. This is where they're saying Chanel did mess up.
Yes.
But people, the thing is this. It's all about, they're trying to shift blame because, you know, they're saying that you knew the topic was going to come up at the dinner and was
I didn't.
And they're saying, LESA, you were acting like a victim for the cameras.
I wasn't.
So that's...
I wasn't. The show
okay.
is long gone. I can tell you, Carlos.
Okay.
I wasn't. I was literally blindsided. And to be honest, I feel like we talk every day. If she would have just been like, girl, FYI, I did this because I had no storyline besides the launch of my thing. And I needed something. I actually would have rocked with it. I would have actually blown this shit up. I would have made it even more interesting. But don't take me off guard, because then I'm looking at you sideways like, wait, I tell you everything, but you don't tell me everything. When I leave a scene, she's the first person I'm on the phone with, you know, whether it's good or bad. So I felt like I was blindsided because I had no idea this voice note was played for anybody else besides her. So that's the fact 2 years ago, and that's it, you know? So I wasn't... The thing is with me, I feel like if it wasn't somebody that I cared about, it wouldn't have mattered. But because she was genuinely someone that I cared about, I think that's why it was a little bit uneasy, to say the least. Yeah.
Do you miss her?
No.
You don't?
I don't. And maybe it's a defense mechanism. I don't know what the psychologists would sum this up as, but the minute I feel like someone betrays my trust, because to me, trust is everything.
It is.
And if I can't trust you, I can't be in a relationship with you, whether it's platonic, whether it's romantic, whether it's anything. Like, trust to me is the foundation of any relationship. If you break my trust, that's it. I don't hate her. I don't nothing her. Like, I actually wish her the best. I have nothing bad to say about her. What she did was fucked up. But don't go around, making me the problem, because then you're looking delusional. Like, now you're looking like what are you doing? Just take ownership and move on. And I feel like if she would have just owned it rather than deflecting and creating different stories. And then I think too, when you tell one lie, then you have to tell so many lies to cover that lie. It just makes the wound even deeper. So I wish her the best. I have nothing bad to say about her. When we were friends, it was amazing. We had the best time. But this whole narrative, like I am bossy. I am bossy. This is facts. I can't help. I am a very bossy person. But she is like 12, 15 years older than me. So to think that I'm manipulating her, I looked at her as a big sister. Do I come off as bossy sometimes? Maybe more than normal, but I've been told I was bossy since I was 3. It's just my nature. And I don't do it out of bossiness. I do it out of love, if that makes sense.
No.
I never wanted her to look bad. I never wanted, like the scene that they keep playing back, Bravo keeps playing back with me at the dinner table, saying, no, she has to, when I was with her, Brooks, talking about Stanberry they keep playing that back, but it's because I was so protective of Ayan that I felt like, no, Ayan doesn't owe this one an apology. That one owes her an apology. But they keep running with that one narrative. I am a bossy bitch. I can't help it. But I mean well, and I come from a really, really good place. If I love you 150%, which is why if I have to walk away, I walk away guilt-free. Because I know I've given that situation or that relationship my all. And I did. I gave that friendship everything. I loved her. And so, yeah, I nothing her now. But it's not good or bad. I just nothing. I don't get angry when I hear her name or see her pop up on my feed. I feel nothing. Yeah.
Listen, that's honest.
Yeah.
And I think that's all you can be.
Yeah.
So what's next for you? You are a designer.
Yes.
So what's going on with all of those things in the fashion world?
So Mina Rowe just got sold. Yes. My baby, my girl that I didn't have. So Mina Rowe just got sold. So we're going through the transition process now. I'm very, very proud of that, especially because with what's happening in the region and things taking a downfall, it was the perfect time to exit. So I'm very, very happy. And I launched my Unstitched series, which is on social media for now, but we're gonna toy with what comes next, which is fashion and business, right? So we're just talking about all the things I've learned over the last, 15 to 18 years in the fashion industry and just giving out nuggets, really. We'll see where that takes me. And that's really it. Being a mom, a boy mom, my kids are
Do you want a girl?
I don't anymore.
You're good. Okay.
Yeah, I'm actually good. But if you do see me pregnant, it's by accident.
Ah!
Not an accident. It's a blessing. It's by blessing. It wouldn't be planned. It wouldn't be planned. Yeah, but I'm good. I'm in the gym working out. Body's coming back.
You look phenomenal.
Thank you. I'm just out here milfing it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, look, I will say this. We've been fans of yours since you were 18 years old.
Thank you.
And you have blossomed.
Thank you.
Into a beautiful young MILF. Okay? You really have. And listen.
Certified MILF.
You are certified MILF.
My sons would be so embarrassed by that.
and I'll leave this in closing for you because, listen, everything does happen for a reason.
It does.
And what's happening in Dubai, is happening right now, but there's a reason why you're here.
Yeah.
And only God knows how long you're meant to be here.
Yeah, I believe so.
And I don't know, I feel like God placed you back home for something big. Ooh. I feel it in my spirit.
Okay, from your lips to God's ears.
Yes, I don't think you're just here only because of like what's happening there, but right. I think something's on the horizon for you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I do.
Thank you. I hope so.
I feel it. I feel it.
Thank you.
I do. And the gag is, You have been highly requested by the Raindrops for me to interview you.
Thank you.
And that's what
Thank
was
you,
happening.
Raindrops.
No, they. And I was like, okay, I can see that. I can see that. I'm like, yeah.
I love that.
Raindrop on me.
That's
So,
like our new
yes,
thing.
Raindrops.
Raindrops.
No, and they're going to be very, very, very satisfied.
I think this was so fun. I feel like they've never maybe gotten this side of me before.
Yeah, I know.
You know, a little champagne and a little bit of Carlos.
Yeah, there's champagne and Carlos.
I mean,
gets the girls going.
It gets the girls going. Oh, God.
Last question for you.
Yes.
Okay. I'm not going to ask you your Mount Rushmore of housewives. I feel like that's overplayed. I'm not going to do that.
Okay.
Because you are a bad bitch.
Oh.
Fashionista.
Yes.
Lisa Milan.
Yes.
Give me the top 5 baddest fashionistas, body, everything, the full package of housewives. Who are your top 5 housewife baddies?
Oh, housewife baddies. Oh, this is a really good one. Okay. So, I will not include myself in this top 5.
Yes. No. You have the crown, sister.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But I will not include myself. I would say Portia. Portia's a baddie. Who else do I think is like really hot? I don't know. Do I stop at Portia? That's so bad. Listen, they got a whole bunch of...
It's your list. It's your list.
They have a whole bunch of like really gorgeous, beautiful, successful women, all the things. But I feel like as far as baddies...
I want baddies only.
I don't know if you can put baddies and housewives in the same list because I don't know.
Okay.
Portia's a baddie.
So in terms of housewives, only Portia. Are there any other reality girlies that's not housewives that you would add on the list with Portia?
Yeah. I mean, I think Kim Kardashian is a baddie.
Yeah.
Yes. I think, damn. That's it.
This is
a bad list.
I tried.
This is a bad. So baddie housewife Portia, baddie reality star Kim K, baddie WNBA Angel Reese, baddie rap girl. It would have been Nicki Butt. It's not anymore, so I would have to give it to Megan Thee Stallion.
Don't do my sis, Nicki.
I love Nicki. No one.
I love Megan too, but Nicki's my queen.
Can I tell you? Even my kids are like, "Mommy, you love Nicki Minaj, you know?" But you know, Nicki's on timeout. So I would give it to Megan.
Okay.
Love Megan. Actually, I partied with her in Chicago for her Halloween thing. And she was like, "Hey, twin," because people used to say we look alike on social media. But she is like...
Oh, she's a stallion.
So tall.
She's
and
a
I was
stallion.
literally at her knees.
She's
so
gorgeous.
It didn't really it didn't match up. But gorgeous. So yeah, baddie hip-hop girl would be Megan.
Okay. One more left.
And
it could be singer, actress, influencer, corporate baddie, anything.
I don't know, Beyonce, she's a queen. The end. The end.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
That was my safe answer.
I get you. All right, well, you guys.
That was my safe answer, but I feel so bad for the housewives because I genuinely cannot think of a lot of baddies on.
No, Portia's a baddie.
Portia's a baddie. You know, she has all the things.
Have y'all met?
I have. I've met her many times.
She will. I'm gonna say y'all get along.
We do. I like her. I like her a lot.
She'll. I'm gonna say if y'all didn't, I would be like, no.
I met her when she came to Dubai. Gorgeous girl. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I like her.
Raindrops, Lisa Milan. Give it up.
Thank you. This was so
That was good.